Om Shanti. Today's topic is how to increase our concentration power. We Baba's children have a lot of concentration power in self. Whenever we talk about concentration power, or whenever we say that we want to increase our concentration power, so first of all we should know what is concentration power and how can we have concentration power in self, and what are the reasons we lose concentration power, and how can we develop concentration power in our life. When I got this topic, I was thinking, what is concentration power? Concentration power, what I realized, what I understand, I know you also know better than me, but whatever my feelings are there, I am keeping in front of you. So concentration power is that should be all potent and free from Maya and stable in all kinds of the obstacles, energy of self, and have such energy, it is like an atom. So when we say that we don't have concentration and we have to develop the concentration, I know each one of you has lot of concentration. But when we say we don't have the concentration, sometime according to the time, place, persons and circumstances, we are unable to use our concentration power. So at that time we say, I don't have concentration power because we were not able to cope with the situation. We did not have that inner strength to face the situation or to escape ourselves from different kinds of the situation. So concentration power is called unshakable stage. Concentration power is like a lotus flower. Baba says that we have to live in this world. Baba has also already explained to us that in future the situations will be in a different way. There will be so many adverse situations, not only different situations, but you children will have a lot of work to do. You have to reach each and every person, and you will have so many responsibilities, and you will have so many sources to give Baba's message in the whole world. So we will be very busy, there will be a lot to do, so many people will be in front of us, so many thirsty people will be in front of us. Some will ask peace, some will ask for strength, some will ask for tolerance power, so many things we have to do. But if we don't have the concentration power, we will be unable to look after the situations. We will be unable to deal with different kinds of the situations, and we won't be able to cope with all the people. So Baba says, the concentration power is that is free from all kind of the obstacles. So many obstacles will be in front of you, but you will be like crossing one ocean. You will be like crossing one river, like when we go from one place to another place by steamer, by boat, we pay a lot of attention on the balance of boat and steamer. In the same way, we have to live in this world. We have to look after our Lokik responsibilities. We have to look after our Alokik responsibilities, and we have to live in the world, and we have to deal with so many people. So now we have to see what is concentration power. Concentration power is like an alignment of mind and intellect. Sometimes we want to pay attention on our mind, concentrate our mind, but our intellect does not work. Our intellect does not cope. So how can we align mind and intellect? And for this, first step, we should also have a purpose in our mind. If we don't have a purpose, no aim, so we cannot achieve concentration power in our life. For example, people in the world, students, they want concentration in their study. Businessman wants concentration in his business. And doctor wants concentration in his medical field. And scientist wants concentration in his scientific field. And we, Baba's children, want concentration in the field of yoga. We want concentration for self, for achieving all the powers, to imbibe all the qualities, and to develop our inner qualities. So if we want all these things in our life, we should also have aim in front of us. First step we have to take, there should be aim and object. What Brahma Baba told us, that what you are going to be in the golden age world. Baba said, there will be Lakshmi and Narayan. All of you can become like Lakshmi and Narayan. You will be very close to Lakshmi and Narayana, and you will be in the dynasty of Lakshmi and Narayan. So Baba gave us one aim in front of us. For achieving that stage, for going to that world, we also are paying a lot of attention on self. The attention is that we are purifying self, we are imbibing the qualities, and we check ourselves with Lakshmi and Narayan what we have to do in our life. In the same way, now we have to see in which field, at which step, we need concentration. So the concentration even in Brahmin life, we need concentration in all kinds of the field. First concentration we need in the field of yoga, in the subject of yoga. So when we sit in Baba's remembrance, I have seen some sisters and brothers, they always mention, whenever we sit in Baba's remembrance, our mind is pulled by so many things. Like service, like the task I have to do, like the thing which I forgot, and like someone gave me this task. So many strings are there. They pull our intellect. And when our intellect is being pulled, at that time we say, I sat in Baba's remembrance. I was sitting in my meditation. My mind was wandering from here to there. But I could not get that experience. I want to have that experience. So what we have to do, when we sit in meditation, our aim should be that I have to concentrate my mind on Baba. I have to achieve. If any things or any thought, they pull my intellect, we have to leave for some time aside. And sometimes I have seen some sisters and brothers, when they sit in meditation, instead of getting the experience of concentration, they become conscious of that. I have to achieve, I have to achieve, I have to get this, I have to do this. So they become conscious of that, but they don't get the experience of that. I tell you one story about this that will make you laugh, and that is from the Bhakti. Once there was one man, he wanted to remember God. So he went to his religious father and asked, how to remember God when I sit in God's remembrance? He said, you have to be very careful that there should be not a thought of monkey in your mind. A monkey should not be around you. So his aim was that monkey means the five vices should not be in your mind. So whenever he was sitting in God's remembrance, instead of remembering God, he was thinking, monkey should not come around me. There should not be a monkey. If monkey will be there, my remembrance will be spoiled. I can't remember God. So instead of becoming God conscious, he became monkey conscious. And what we do, so whenever we sit in Baba's remembrance, what happens? Sometimes some sisters and brothers sit in meditation in the morning, sometime in the evening. So what happens? Instead of becoming concentrated, instead of going into the depth of concentration, instead of getting the experience of Baba's meeting, instead of getting the experience of deep silence, they get this thought, whether my mind will be concentrated or not. How I have to concentrate, what I have to do it, what should I do? So they create so many thoughts. They make a net of all the thoughts. They hide themselves in the net of the thoughts, and they don't do any task, and they don't get the experience. So Baba says, when you sit in meditation, keep your mind free from all kinds of the thoughts. And keep aim in front of you. Then go into the depth of that aim. Merge in that thought. Enjoy Baba's company. And then you will feel that you achieved something in your life. Like a scientist, if he wants to do research on particular subject, he will sit in one corner. He will pay a lot of attention on that. His mind is fully concentrated on that subject. He will try it again and again and again. He will keep on doing. We know the example about Thomas Edison. When he wanted to invent a bulb, and how many times he was failed in his subject? 9,999 times. But he did not leave the hope. He did not leave the efforts. He did not complain. He had so strong, determined thought, and his aim was in front of him. So what we do when we don't get anything, if our mind is not concentrated, we create a lot of confusion. We become more confused. We ask so many questions from each and everyone, and everyone's way of meditating, way of realization is different. And we start copying each and everyone. And when we start copying each and everyone, what happens? What Baba gave us, what he is giving to us, and we are unable to understand what Baba is giving to us. And that is why Baba always mentions in the Murli, make everyone like Father, not like you. If we make others like us, whatever defects we have, whatever shortcomings we have, we will also feel those shortcomings in them. So we have to see that what is my aim and what is my purpose, and whether I have interest for that or not. Sometimes I have seen we have the aim, we have the purpose, but we don't have interest to do that task. For example, you want to do some task. You have interest. But if you have a purpose and you don't have the interest for that, your purpose will remain with you like an empty book. Nothing is in that. The book is empty. You can't take anything. You can't make use of that book. In the same way, Baba tells us that we should also have interest for achieving all the powers, to have the experience of Baba's meeting, to enjoy Baba's company, to achieve all the virtues from Baba, to get the experience of real love of Baba. We know how our dadis, they do it. Whenever they sit in Baba's remembrance, they are merged in Baba's love. They are detached from all kinds of the problems. They are enjoying the love of Baba. They are fulfilling themselves, the power of Baba's love. They are getting a lot of powers in themselves. So now what we have to do? So in meditation, for achieving the concentration, we have to keep our mind free, relaxed, happy, easy, and contented. If our mind is not free, not relaxed, not happy, not contented, we can't achieve or we can't maintain our concentration power. For example, I have this feeling, I don't receive this, I don't have this thing. All the time this thought will keep on pulling my intellect. This and that sister and brother, they have this and that thing. I don't have. So that lack of something will disturb my mind. Or we can say, if I have desire, that desire will spoil my mind. And that thought for achieving the material things in the world, and Baba says the thought to achieve like name, fame, to have love from others, have expectation, they should treat us in that way, they should also help us. This and that person is treating that person in that way, but they don't treat us in that way. So this thought is like a infective thought, and that affects a lot in our mind. So when our mind is affected by this thought, slowly and slowly it becomes weak. As it becomes weak, and we lose our concentration power. And secondly, for losing our concentration power, when we have unnecessary thoughts. We Baba's children, what kind of the unnecessary thoughts we have? We came very late in this knowledge. We are not worthy to achieve this. These people, they don't understand us. They don't give us respect. They don't know what task I do. So unnecessary thoughts we are creating. So when we create unnecessary thoughts, we lose our concentration power. Because we are using our mind. We are using our energy. We are using our thought energy in unnecessary thoughts. And third thing which I understand, we have automatically developed, unnecessarily developed, fear consciousness. We think if we follow this knowledge, what my relatives will think, whether I can follow this Brahmin life or not. On that day, Baba asked this question, I raised my hand, but I don't know whether I will be able to do this or not. So unnecessary fear consciousness we create. And that consciousness of fear also pulls our intellect. That becomes an obstacle in the path of achieving the concentration power. So now how can we develop and maintain our concentration power? Baba has already explained that don't keep the unnecessary thoughts in your mind. Pay attention to avoid yourself from entering the unnecessary thoughts in your mind. So what we have to do it, every day we have to check ourselves. For example, there is a gardener. He wants to have a beautiful harvest. He wants to have a beautiful flowers. If he wants to have a healthy fruit, what will he do it? He will go to the garden. He will check unnecessary leaves, unnecessary thorns, unnecessary plants, whatever is there, and he will take them and throw there somewhere and send them somewhere else. Otherwise, unnecessary plants, they will take all the energy of those fruit plants and the fruit won't get that energy. In the same way, Baba also mentioned us, you check yourself. If any unnecessary thoughts come in your mind, don't worry about that. The easiest way is that take another powerful and positive thought. Like Brahma Baba, he never had that thought, how can I look after so many children? What will happen to these children? Who will do that? Baba said, this is Baba's task. Let him do. Why should I worry? So this was the thought to make his mind more concentrated. If he had created this thought, who will look after so many children? What will happen to them? How this yajna will be looked after? How this service will spread in the whole world? And that must have given the more tension to Baba's mind. That is why Baba says, see each and everything. Enjoy. See the beauty of everything. Look at them with a positive thought. And enjoy. Don't have this thought, how will you look after, what will I do? Sometimes I have seen some sisters and brothers, when they come to Madhuban, before coming to Madhuban, they have so many thoughts when we go, whether the atmosphere will be very cool, the room which I will get, whether it will be cool and hot, whether I will get a nice room or not. So you are coming to Baba's home. As soon as you come, you have that thought, and that thought is pulling your intellect again and again. And that thought makes you, for few seconds, unrest. And that thought makes you, for few seconds, little unhappy. You look tensed. You look at that time what to do. But if you leave everything unto Baba, and what will happen? You will feel very relaxed, very happy, contented. And when we start the thought of what will happen, like Baba says, you make a big queue of why, what is going on. So a big queue of W. You keep on writing W, what will become? Nothing. Nothing is there, no sentence, nothing. You wrote the whole page with W and nothing, no sense. And Baba says you write the question mark, keep on putting so many questions. Why this is, what is this? So what happened? By these questions, we are losing our concentration power. Baba said, those who have questions, those who complain, they cannot become complete. This is the easiest answer Baba has given in the Murli. If you want to have concentration power, no question, no complaint, you are automatically complete. So we have to make our mind very relaxed, positive, receptive, and acceptive. Sometimes we are not ready to accept the things which come to us in the way what they are. But we don't accept them. We argue, we think, we judge, we create a big mess, and that also lose our concentration power. And then for achieving the concentration power or maintaining the concentration power, Baba says you have to make your habit to take best from the different situations. And you have to adjust according to the time, place, persons, and circumstances. We know that time is not same which we expect. We know the circumstances, they never come in a same way as we expect in our life. All the time the circumstances keep on changing. They always come in a different way. And at that time we say, we never thought we became Baba's children. We never thought that this paper will come in front of me. Baba says you are the spiritual warrior. And there is a warrior in the world. And he says, I am warrior, very powerful warrior. So he is sitting in one corner. The enemy attacks behind. And he cannot give complaint and he cannot tell the excuses why the enemy attacked behind. He should come in front of me. And that was the reason he came behind. And that was the reason I became failed. Because you are a warrior, you have to be very careful for each and every circumstance. You cannot give the excuse. If you keep on telling the excuses, how will you become powerful? How will you become complete? You cannot become complete. So in the same way, for maintaining our concentration power, we have to leave the habit of giving excuses. Like Brahma Baba and Mama, they never gave excuses. Shiv Baba is taking so much from my body, and how can I do this task? Brahma Baba never said. He said, I'm so fortunate. Baba is using my body. And he never said, I don't have time. So many children are there to look after. How can I maintain this work? Baba said, it is good. So many children. And this task will progress. So at each and every step, Baba was creating positive attitude. Baba's way of dealing was so pure, so powerful, so loveful and appreciative, and Baba used to encourage the children. So what we have to do it, if we want to concentrate, we have to develop our power of appreciation. Appreciation of doing the task. Appreciation of seeing the situation. Appreciation to see the qualities of others. Not to see the defect of others. If we see the defect of others, and slowly, all the defects will enter in our life like infectious disease. And then we will don't know what happened to us. And slowly that infectious disease takes our whole energy. So for this, Baba always says the concentration power is that means you have lot of inner strength. Inner strength in all the field. Inner strength means while doing the service. For example, there is a businessman, there is a man who has a limited money, and if he uses that money in a constructive task, constructive business, the day will come he will become a multi-millionaire person. And there is another person who has so much money, if he uses that money on unnecessary things, the day will come he will become a poor person. Though he belonged to a multi-millionaire father, but now he has become a poor person and he is asking for penny to the people. Give me this money, I want to use this, please. He is begging. What is the reason? Because he spent his whole money on unnecessary things. Now he is empty-handed. In the same way, Baba also mentions us, you have the concentration power. To achieve more concentration power, you have to create the constructive thoughts. Creative thought, positive thought, pure thought. Then you will feel that your energy is always with you and you will feel that you have the concentration power. We know sometimes we see there is a lot of force of the water, and what the government does, wherever there is a lot of force of water, what the government does, they make big band, bridges, and they produce electricity. And from electricity, that electricity is being used for multi-purpose. In the same way, our thoughts, our powerful thoughts, they have a lot of energy. But we don't have that realization. And that energy we are losing unnecessarily. That is why Baba says, you Brahmin, for you Brahmin, each thought is so valuable. If you lose one thought, that you are losing so much energy, so much value, you are losing so many things. And that is the reason Baba says, your thought should be powerful. You children should not have weak thought. You children should not have unnecessary thought. We know Brahma Baba, he never had weak thought for the children. He never had weak thought for self. He never had weak thought or unnecessary thought for Brahmins. Nowadays when we meet Brahma Baba, Avyakt Baba, we listen Baba's Murli. In Baba's Murli, Baba never mentions that you don't have this value in yourself. You don't have this thing in you. What Baba says? You children have done very good task. You are doing very good. You are powerful. You are shining star. You are the fortunate one. You are the best over. you can do this, you have to give to the whole world. But he never says you don't have, how can you give to the world? He says you are. You are an embodiment of all these virtues. Why he says? He wants to make us full. He wants to, gives us that realization that we have everything. We have to use all those things. So that is the reason for achieving the concentration power. Our each thought should be very powerful, very positive, enthusiastic, creative, and courageous. One day we create one powerful thought, next day we create, oh, I can't do it. One day we are so much enthusiastic, another day we say, oh no, we can't do so much. So when we have this thought, we can't do it, our aim is spoiled, our purpose has gone, and our effort, whatever efforts we have done, and that has gone unnecessarily. We lost all our efforts, energy. For example, you want to climb to the mountains, and you have started your journey. On the way, half of the way, you stopped your journey, and you say, no, I don't want to go. And then you come back to the place from where you started. What we did? You wasted your time, you wasted your energy, you wasted your aim. You did whatever you did. There was no charm. And whosoever heard about that, and they did not like your idea. But when you climb the mountains, while climbing, the weather changed, the mountain was different, and it was not good, and how you walked and how you reached to the destination, and that becomes a story. And that gives strength to the other people, and that becomes an example for others. And others also get enthusiasm from your such kind of effort. In the same way, Baba also mentioned us, whatever aim, purpose, or destination you keep, walk constantly. Go ahead. Don't stop. Keep on moving. Like there is a story about tortoise and what is it? And yeah, so we know the story. And tortoise was walking so slowly, but he kept that aim that I have to walk. And another one became very egoistic about himself. I can run. And that ego conscious made him fail. There's another story in Indian scriptures. Once what happened? There was one man. Once what happened? There was one king. He announced in his kingdom that today he has opened his whole kingdom and there's so many treasures. And this is a particular time. If any person comes and they take the treasures in this particular time, and they can take whatever they want, they can take. So what happened? People started their journey. When they went to the king's palace, and they saw this is a particular time, 2 hours time. So we have to collect in 2 hours time. So they saw there was a beautiful scene, and some were attracted to the beautiful scene. And other side there was a beautiful food and variety of food. Some said, okay, let's eat something good. We will take the things later. And then some said, oh, beautiful sceneries were there. They stood there and they became so attached to those things and they forgot about their purpose. And when they became so much attached to those things, and the time finished. And then though it was announced, time finished, and they checked, they could not get anything. Then they repented, oh, we went there, we wanted to have. But some became busy with delicious food, some became busy to see the beautiful things, some became busy to see the palace. So they were attracted towards the thing. But they could not get anything in their life. They have to come empty-handed. In the same way, Baba also mentioned us, when you go for your destination, and when you are moving for your destination, keep the destination in front of you. If your intellect, our mind is pulled towards any kind of the thought or any kind of attraction or any kind of enjoyment, you will lose your destination and you won't get the concentration. There is a story in Indian scripture. Once King Janak, he announced he wanted to have liberation in 1 second. You know this story? Some may be knowing, some don't know. And so many scholars were invited to give liberation in 1 second. And there was a very big gathering of so many scholars, but no one was able to explain him. What happened when one person came, he had so many curves on his body. You know this story? Those who don't know this story, please raise your hand. So many. And this is a story, and this is a real story from Indian scripture. So what happened then? One guru came, he had so many curves on his body. As soon as he entered to the that congregation assembly of the scholars, and all the scholars started to laugh by seeing that person. They said, we are the highest scholars. We could not convince the king. And how can this ordinary person who cannot walk, and his body is so odd, and how he will explain to the king? At that time that man said, it seems you have more experience of this body, not the light which is inside. So he went in front of king and he gave one light in the hand of king. And he told the king, you go in the whole palace and be careful, your light should not go away, and you have to be very careful. So he took round of the whole palace, and when he came back, and that man asked from the king, what did you see in the corner of that your palace? He said, I did not see anything. He said, why? So many things were there. You did not see anything. He said, how can I see? You gave me such a task to pay attention on this light. My whole concentration was there on this light. I did not see the things, what is lying there, what is that, and how the things were lying there. He said, this is the concentration. When you pay full attention on your destination, on your aim, so you automatically achieve the concentration. That is why Baba also mentioned us. Live in the world, perform all kinds of the duties, do the service, meet the people, but don't forget about self-enlightenment. Like Brahma Baba, he used to meet all the children. He used to do the service of all the children. He used to give so much love to the children, looked looked after all the activities of the yajna and paid attention on each and everything. But his inner aim was to make himself complete, to make himself pure, to become completely pure. And because of that inner aim, he developed his concentration power in all fields, especially in yoga. He never forgot anything. In knowledge, he was like an ocean. In imbibing the qualities, he was the master, authority. And in service, he never showed weakness, tiredness. He never said, I'm tired, I'm weak, I can't do this. He was all the time active, alert. So we are active and alert. But when we are weak inside, we have weak thought, then we tell so many excuses. Today I'm tired, I can't do this, how can I do this? I have done a lot, and how long we have to make efforts? We have spent whole life, we cannot do this. And all these thoughts, they become an instrument, they become the weapons to lose our concentration power. So for maintaining the concentration power, another step which we have to take in our life, one is checking, and second is feeling. For example, you are driving a car. You check the petrol is less, fuel is less. What will we do? We won't say, let's drive, it doesn't matter whether the fuel is there or not. And we will put the proper fuel. We won't put the water. Because we have to drive the car, we have to put the proper fuel, the filtered one. If you don't put the filtered one, and then again problem on your journey. So in the same way, Baba tells us, when you check yourself, if something is wrong, don't worry about that. Clean it. Fill it with the pure thought and start your journey again. One is checking, second is filling. And third thing, Baba always mentioned, if you want to maintain your concentration power, you should develop your art of giving full stop. Give bindi, 3 bindi. If you don't do that, the whatever happened, that thought will always pull your concentration power, your mind. For example, I have done something good, and someone gave so many remarks, and someone criticized in a different way, and that was not right. And if I keep on thinking why they criticized, they did not know what was the reason. So if I keep that thought with me, and that thought will always keep on running in my mind, and that will spoil my whole energy. For this, what Baba said, Baba used to give the full stop, drama. This was the part, it is finished now, now I have to move ahead. And then, every day, in the night, when you go to bed, give full stop to your thoughts. Otherwise, if you don't give full stop to your thoughts, in the night all the thoughts will come in the form of a dream. And that dream will make you upset, that will make you weak and uneasy. In the morning when you get up, you will feel tired, uneasy, not comfortable. And for this, I tell you one story about this, which I already mentioned in few of my classes. I don't know you know about that story, because I'm living in Madhuban from the last so many years. In the beginning, lot of work to do, and whole day running this work, doing this work, this work. And Didi was there, was pulling our ears all the time, and it was good. And she made us to how to become more powerful. And every day we used to see her, go to her. And one day I went there, and she asked a question from me. You know this story? Those who don't know the story, please raise your hand. So many, half of the class, okay. So when I went there, she said, what you did during the whole day? I said, Didi, today I have done this and that task. And tomorrow morning I'm going to do this and that task. And she says, she was so loveful to us. She said, whole day you are doing this and that task. And when you remember Baba? I said, I remember Baba. You cannot remember Baba. Whole day you are doing this and that task. I was shocked to listen. And then she said, you can't remember Baba. I became quiet. And then she said, okay, sit here, I tell you. And she said, whenever you go to bed, you give full stop to all the tasks. And if you think that I have to do this task next morning, and whole night your thought will be like that, while dreaming, while sleeping, and you will get dream that I didn't do this task, so what will happen? So your thought and energy will be lost. And then she said, for example, you get up in the morning and you had planned to do this something, but due to different situation, and there is a priority of another task, you have to perform that task, not the one which you have planned in the night. Then you will be upset. And then she said, have this consciousness. Today's drama is finished now. Tomorrow's drama will start tomorrow morning and continue tomorrow drama with the morning, whatever comes to you. So it was very good yukti to keep the mind clear. Otherwise, if we have so many thoughts, and because of those thoughts, we can't concentrate. So she taught, for achieving the concentration power, we have to keep our mind clear, clean, free from all kinds of obstacles, and free from all kinds of the happenings. So if we want to develop our concentration power, the step we have to do it, I repeat all the steps. The first step is that to have aim, our destination in front of us. Second step is that we should also make efforts, proper efforts, sincere efforts, and continuous efforts for achieving our destination. Third step is that we have to take best from each situation, each step, from each person's, either it is a time, place, or person. Fourth step is that we have to make ourselves clear or clean. Fifth step is that we have to check and fill ourselves. Sixth is that if something comes in front of us, keep on clearing. And the next one is don't stuck, don't stop. And the next one is that we have to give full stop. Full stop to the past. Whatever happened, give a full stop, bindi, to the past. And the next step is that we have to develop the nature of let go. Otherwise, what we do, we keep on remembering so many things of the past. So many things happen. We think, we take all those things with self, and we make those things ours, and we start fighting with those things, and we lose our energy. I tell you one story from Indian scriptures. There were two gurus, famous gurus. One was Guru Vishwamitra, and he had achieved so many powers through bhakti, through renunciation. He achieved so many powers. But he was so proud of his powers, about his bhakti, about his renunciation, about his tyag, tapasya. He was so proud of that. If anyone was speaking little bit about him, he used to do something wrong and used to act in such a way. And there was another guru, and I don't remember the name of that guru. So he was another guru, but what he did, he also did the bhakti in that way. He also achieved all kinds of the power. But he was very polite. He had love for everyone. The first one, he had so much proud and angry. So he came to know the other guru is going to do something wrong. So he gave so many harms and losses to that guru. So one day what happened, the other one, who was very peaceful and calm, in the full moon night, he was walking with his wife, and the first one, Guru Vishwamitra, he went and hid himself in one corner, and he sat on the top of the tree, and he wanted to see what this man is going to speak wrong about me. So what happened, he was hiding himself and sitting on the tree, but that one who was very cool nature, he was sitting under the tree, and he was telling to his wife about the qualities of that guru. That man has done so much in his life. He renounced so much. The way he did bhakti, that is admirable. He was praying, but he didn't know. But when he heard this, he came down. He bowed in front of that guru. He said, I gave you so much harm. I did so much wrong for you. But you are still looking my qualities. I can't believe in my life. He said, you are the real guru. You are the one real who achieved bhakti in a proper way. You are the one who achieved the God in your life proper way. I achieved so much, but that was not a reality. So what we do, we achieve everything from Baba. We have done so much, but because of our ego consciousness, we have that power. but we are not using that power according to the time or according to the place, or whenever we want that power in self, we don't have that. So for this Baba says, see the qualities of others, be humble, be natural, maintain the nature of easy nature, be light, fill yourself with all the divine qualities. And when you make yourself full, when you are contented, then there is no way we cannot say that we don't have concentration power. Those who are full, those who are contented, those who have all the qualities, those who are good, those who do best for others, they always have concentration power with them. Whenever we don't take this step, we feel empty in self. And that is why Baba has given us so easy way, natural way, no hard task, no effort. Like people in the world, they do a lot of efforts to achieve something. They have to make efforts to achieve concentration power. They have to make efforts to achieve this much. They have to do so much. But Baba has taught us such an easy way. Don't do anything. The easiest way is that to feel the qualities in self, to be happy in your life, to enjoy at every step, enjoy the company of Brahman, enjoy the company of Baba, and keep on going ahead and enjoy, feel the whole knowledge in self, churn on knowledge. And when you churn on knowledge, go into the depth of knowledge, automatically all the powers are with you. When you are full of all the powers, and you can use your inside powers whenever you want, and there is a success, you are automatically contented and you are automatically concentrated. Om Shanti. Is it clear? Or you want to ask question?